Hey guys, welcome to video 3. Today we're going to talk about science and measurement. Before we get started, I just wanted to apologize for the delay in this video rather. Mommy duty called and I had to leave early on Friday, so it kind of messed up my video filming time. But I'm here now and we're going to make sure that you are all set with the information that you need. So, measurement in science is an important characteristic because science is different than math. Remember, science is an applied mathematics. Our physics and our chemistry that we're working with this year is an applied mathematics. It's not the actual mathematics, which deals with just numbers. We deal in measurements. So first, let's talk about what a measurement is. A measurement is a number in science, and it usually consists of two different parts, a quantity and a unit. The quantity is what we usually would dictate a number. The unit is the basis of the size of that measurement. So for example, I could have something that is 3 inches, where 3 is my quantity and my unit is the inches. I could have 47 days, and for 47 days, my quantity is 47 and my days is the unit. I could even, because I'm in the district and might have to walk 5 blocks, 5 is my quantity and blocks is my unit. It makes a difference as to whether it's 5 blocks or 5 miles, as to whether I'm even interested in going. And so in science, it's important that we include both the quantity, which is the number, and the unit, which is the size of that particular measurement. Now, there are 2 popular systems for measuring things. The first one is the English system. Now, if this is a little bit too small for you, you may want to blow it up. But the English system and the metric system are the 2 systems that are popularly used. The English system is the one that you're most familiar with. The English system is inches and feet and yards. Strangely, not really used in England anymore. However, it's called the English system because it was based on King Louis XIV. And a lot of the measurements are based on parts of his body. We'll talk more about that in class. Scientists love the metric system because it is mathematically sound, meaning that the conversions within the metric system are all based on powers of 10. They're all based on powers of 10 in terms of how those conversions take place. Now, metric units have 2 parts. They have a base unit, and sometimes they feature a prefix. So, meter and gram are 2 measurements that we use a lot. There are 2 base units we'll see a lot, especially in our first unit. Meter is a measure of distance. Gram is the measure of mass, and we'll talk about exactly what mass is. And I could look at this meter as just being a meter, which is about the distance from, it's a little bit over 3 feet, okay? Just a little bit over 3 feet. So that's a meter. However, if I put a prefix in front of it, that changes our measurement. And we're going to pretend like I'm not having technical difficulties. So if I put the prefix centi in front of it, it's now 100 times the size the original meter is. Now think of that as like half of the first digit of your finger. That's a centimeter. I even can go even smaller and change that unit to a millimeter. That's 1/10. If I take that little piece right there and I divide it into 10, that is a millimeter. I'm sorry, divide it into 100, that's a millimeter. Now, I also could look at the gram, which is a base unit as well. It's a base unit for mass. And we're going to go bigger this time. So we have a megagram. Now, a megagram, the prefix mega means 1,000,000 times. Think of like a megabyte in terms of your internet usage, or a gigabyte in terms of your a flash drive. Okay, it's a pretty big unit. We have a kilogram. And a kilogram is also a very large unit. It's 1,000 times bigger than a gram. Kilogram is about 2.2 pounds. So think of like half a bag of sugar. Okay. And then we have a decagram. A decagram is 10 times. So you notice that all of these units are based on powers of 10. The metric system is a part of the System International. Also referred to as the SI system, which is the system that most scientists use for measurement. So you'll sometimes hear me say the words SI, and sometimes you'll hear me say the words metric, but 99% of the time those are exactly the same things. the last thing I want to kind of do is to define two different measurements you're going to see a lot. The first one is mass. Length. Length is the distance between 2 points. We're pretty good with that one. We've been exposed to that one our entire life. The other one is mass, and that's the amount of matter that's contained in an object. On Earth, a lot of times we talk about weight. Weight changes based on your position relative to the center of the Earth or something else big, like say the sun or a different planet or the moon even. But mass always stays the same. So it's the amount of matter inside an object. Now in physics, we deal with a couple of different types of masses. We have electrons that are super duper duper small. So that's like 1 × 10 to the 31st kilograms. That's super small. That's a kilogram, and I'm moving my decimal place 30 places out. And then we have the Milky Way, on the other hand, is huge. It's 1 × 10 to the 40th kilograms. And the Milky Way is that galaxy that the Earth is in. And that's moving your decimal place backwards. So you have a 1 followed by 40 zeros. That's absolutely astronomical. Well, kind of makes sense because it is a galaxy. So then we're pretty much done with this lesson. Make sure that you go back and read and review and go back over your notes. Make sure you have watched the video and taken your notes on the right-hand side of your page, and then on the left-hand side of your page you summarize those notes in 2 sentences. Also make sure that by next Sunday night you've gone back in, and I believe that's about the 14th, that you go back into the system and you make sure that you submit your question. I think that's all, and have a great weekend and a great week. See you in class.